Hello, my name is Susan Graham of Senior Edge Legal in Boise, Idaho. I'm a certified elder law attorney, and I want to talk to you today about pet trusts. I'm a dog lady. I've always had dogs, and I always will have dogs, and they're an important part of my life. So, what happens, though, about pets when you die or you become incompetent for a short or long haul? How do you handle the pets? Who's going to take care of them? Well, if you do nothing, which is pretty much everybody, a lot of people say, well, the kids are just going to take care of them. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe the kids are enthusiastic about it, and maybe they're not at all. And then if they're not doing it, who's going to take care of them? And by the way, I don't know about you, anybody who's had pets and for any length of time, there are expenses associated with a pet. They're just, we actually have some mechanical pets in our office. Some that are operated by batteries. They're great. You don't have to pay any vet bills or buy dog food, but that's not real pets. So it costs money to have pets in terms of the shots and the annual visits and the dental care and as they age. So, yes, you can do nothing or say, my kids are going to take care of them, but you might want to think about how much money do they really need to help with that. Pets are regarded, if you don't say anything, they're regarded as personal property. They're stuff, they're things that don't have a title. So you can actually identify on your estate planning documents when there's a list for personal property items, who gets the china and the ring and the gun and the painting. You can also put pets down on that if you choose. So that certainly would be a step in the right direction. And you could put down on that list, I want $5,000, $10,000 per pet to be given to so and so to help with the care of that pet. That dollar amount is totally unenforceable, although maybe everybody will agree that's appropriate. You can, in your estate planning document, your will or your trust, you can have a section that says specifically, I want my pets, whatever pets I have, to go to so and so. And I want so much money to be given to so and so to pay for the care of that pet. Now, I would not encourage you to say Fluffy, okay? Because it could be Fluffy's long gone and you've got a replacement for Fluffy, or you don't have any Fluffy at that time. So I rather than say Fluffy, or you could say Fluffy and any other pets that I own at the time of my death get distributed to a particular person, and you ask that they receive a certain amount of money. Recognize that there's no strings on the money. So yeah, that's money's supposed to be used to pay for the vet bills for the pet and the dog food and so forth, or the cat food or the fish food or whatever, but they're not required to. Also recognize how old, what kind of pet this is. Parrots and tortoises last a long time. So you may want to have different plans for the particular pets or pets that you're speaking about. If you have money that you want to give, but you want to make certain that it's going to be handled for the pet only, you're going to want to say in your estate plan, I give to so and so as a trustee of this money for the pet, so that the person who received the pet actually has to call up the one who's handling the money and say, okay, I've got a dental bill, or I've got a food bill, or whatever, or I'm going to go on vacation for 2 weeks, so I've got a boarding bill for this pet. Please send me the money. So that creates a little bit of separation, so you're more assured that the money's going to be there for that particular person, or that particular pet. Some of the other concerns you need to consider is, like I mentioned, the lifespan for the animal, but also, what if you run out of money? Is that going to be, so if you say $10,000 per pet and all the money's gone, what's going to happen in that circumstance? And what if you have too much money? There's plenty of money that's left over. Where does that money go when that pet dies? There was Leona Helmsley, and who had a whole series of hotels. And when she died, she left $10 million to her dog, Trouble. And the judge said, I think that's a little excessive. And the judge cut it back to $1 million. That's still a pretty high number. But Trouble one day died. So what do you do with the extra money that's left there of the $1 million or whatever set aside? You may want to create a letter of intent that describes to whomever ends up with your pet some special things about the pet. Now, the dog I have right now doesn't retrieve anything. If you tossed a ball at the dog and she'd just look at it and watch it go by. If you tossed her a piece of hamburger, it'd bounce off of her face. Yeah, when it got on the floor, she'd be happy to eat it, but she just doesn't care about catching things. But I've had other dogs that, my God, go berserk when you throw a stick or you throw a ball and you can't get it out of their mouths. So you may want to have a letter of intent describing specific characteristics of this pet and things that please them or things that frighten them. I've had dogs that are terrified of thunder and have bolted through screen doors. I've had other dogs that, with thunder or gunshots, they don't care. They just go to sleep over it. So that's what you want to consider, some of those items when you have pets, and how are they going to be cared for if you can't do that yourself because you're too ill to do that, or when you die, what's going to happen with that pet. Thank you.